Jamaloo.
Hello mga ka-Jom-Jom! Welcome to another episode of Jomalu, ang podcast ni Jom et Chika. And I'm really excited to have this episode and grabe, it's been 3 weeks and ngayon nasa third episode na tayo since I started doing podcasts. And ayun nga, I'm really excited to record this episode kasi na-mention na natin last week na we will be talking about you are the sum of all your experiences and you are more than your experiences. And but before we get to the topic, so yun, gusto ko lang munang recognize na nagbago na naman tayo ng setup. Kasi nga, nasabi ko last week, ang challenging mag-record kapag umaga. Mas buhay yung mga tao, ang daming dumadaan na sasakyan, tapos rinig mo yung mga kapitbahay, may tumatahol pang aso. Pero ngayon, gabi na tayo nag-record para tulog na ang mga tao, wala nang masyadong naririnig na mga ingay sa labas. So, I think moving forward, magiging ganito na yung setup. Mas gusto ko din to. Nandito ko ngayon sa corner ng room ko, literal. Tapos may pa-aurora lights ka pa dyan. Oh. Para sa mga nakakita ng video, eto na yung magiging setup natin. Sorry naman, pa iba-iba tayo every week. Pero last na to. Pero I guess ganun talaga kapag journey ng pag-explore, ano ba yung nag-work. Pero, dami kong commercial. Sorry naman. Now, going back to the episode. Sabi nga natin, we will be talking about how you are the sum of all your experiences and you are more than all of these experiences. Kasi we're here to, break boundaries, break stereotypes. So, that's what we will be talking about today. But there are two stories that I really want to share with you. And I think, hopefully, makarelate kayo dito kasi I think these stories really capture and are connected dun sa topic for this episode. So let's get to it. Yung unang story na i-share ko sa inyo is basically my journey when I was in high school preparing for college entrance exams. Tapos nung nag-college na ako, nakagraduate, nag-work, and then where I am at today. So, going back nung high school, fourth year high school ako noon, 2010. Ito yung season na nagpe-prepare na kayong lahat, tapos nagre-research kayo, ano ba yung gusto nyong maging, course nyo pagdating ng college. And back then, a lot of my classmates can attest to you na I've been known as someone na laging may hawak na sketchpad, ruler, pencil. Kasi super mahilig akong mag-drawing. Tapos, yung pinaka gustong-gusto kong dinodrawing is mga bahay. Mga dream house or landscape. Kasi, di ba merong tinuturo nun sa TLE na mga drafting topics. Tapos, meron akong basic knowledge when it comes to yung mga floor plan, tas yung mga perspective drawings, ganyan. So, laging ganun yung ginagawa ko. So, parang a lot of my classmates already know na okay, architecture yung iti-take ko. And sa school namin, so required kami na mag-UPCAT. So nung nagsasagot na ako ng application form for UPCAT, ang naging first choice ko noon is architecture. Kasi nga, yun yung magaling ako, yun yung passionate ako. So, it makes sense na yun yung iti-take ko na course. And then, yung second choice ko noon is communication arts. Kasi sabi ko, hindi ko alam kung ano yung communication arts. May arts. Magaling ako sa arts. So, why not? And ayun yung tinake ko na top 2 choices for the application form. And then, nag-UPCAT. Tapos, after ng exam, syempre may period yon for waiting for the results. So, yung second school na nag-exam ako was UST. Kasi during my fourth year high school, my kuya was already studying in UST. So parang, since nandun naman yung kuya ko, why not try then? And then, during that time, nagkaroon ako ng conversation with my dad na parang, okay, kung mag-UST ka, hindi ko kayang isupport yung architecture. And I was like, okay, sige, kung hindi mo kayang isupport yung architecture, carry lang kasi hindi naman UST yung first choice ko na school, 'di ba? Matapang ang person. So sabi ko, sige, iba na lang yung ilalagay ko dun sa form. And so, ang nilagay kong first choice was communication arts. And then, yung second choice ko was psychology. And then, ayun, nag-exam ako for USTET. Tapos, after nun, syempre, waiting period ulit for the results. Ngayon, after ilang months, come results of these exams. Hindi ako pumasa dun sa mga courses na pinili ko sa UPCAT. Hindi ako nakapasa ng architecture, hindi rin ako nakapasa ng communication arts. Pero yung UPG ko, carry niya na mag-apply ako for UPLB. Tapos, yung mga course na papasok doon sa UP grade ko. Pero parang, nasad ako nun, na-disappoint ako nun kasi yun yung pinaka-top school na gusto ko. Kasi parang everyone is eyeing for UP na maging scholar ka ng bayan. So, yun, medyo na-disappoint ako nung time na yun. I was sad. Tapos yung main course pa na pinili ko, hindi ako pumasa. So, I was like, okay, medyo na-dishearten ako dun sa dreams ko of being an architect. Tapos, ayun, lumabas yung results ng USTET. Pumasa ako sa Communication Arts and Psychology. Pero the dilemma is, hindi naman yun yung priority course ko. Like, hindi naman talaga yun yung gusto kong course. Sinabi lang ng tatay ko na hindi niya ako kayang isupport financially kasi nga, ang daming gastos ng Archie, tapos malaki yung tuition ng UST. So like, hindi daw niya kayang isupport yun. So nag-worry na ako nung mga time na yun kasi hindi ito yung gusto kong course. Pumasa nga ako dito pero hindi ito yung gusto kong course. So nag-research ako. Ano pa ba yung schools na nag-o-offer ng architecture? Inisip ko noon PUP. Kaso, wala na silang dates for exams. Tapos na lahat ng entrance exam schedules nila. And then, eventually, nakita ko yung sa Adamson. Merong architecture doon. Top 3 sila during that time when it comes to architecture board exam or licensure. Tapos, meron pang schedule ng entrance exam. So, nag-apply ako doon. Awa ng Diyos, pumasa naman ako. Pero, nagkaroon ulit kami ng conversation ng tatay ko na mas gusto niya na sa UST na lang ako mag-aral kasi nga, yung kuya ko, doon na siya nag-aaral. And medyo na-discourage ako noon kasi pumasa na nga ako ng architecture, yung gusto ko na course. Kaso, yung tatay ko yung magpapaaral sa akin. So, sumunod ako noon. Sinuspend ko yung desire ko na mag-aral ng architecture sa Adamson kasi nga, ang gusto ng tatay ko, sa UST ako. Pero, during that time, sinabihan din ako ng tatay ko na okay, sige, sa UST ka mag-aaral. Kaya na kitang isupport kung mag-architecture ka. And I was like, pa, all too late. Hindi yun yung nilagay kong primary course ko sa UST. Kahit sa secondary choice, wala yung architecture. So parang sabi niya, sige, try yung makipag-usap sa dean's office. And tandang-tanda ko noon, 1 full week, nag-a-attempt kami ng nanay ko. Pabalik-balik kami sa dean's office ng Archie. Kasi nakikipag-bargain kami na willing naman akong magbayad, mag-exam ulit. Ganon kami kakamalang mukha na talagang tinatry namin na exhaust lahat ng options na pwede para lang makapag-archi ako. Pero to no avail, parang hindi talaga pwede. Kasi nga, gets ko naman, unfair kung take ako ng exam. Although pumasa naman ako ng USTET, pero hindi nga talaga pwede kasi merong specific na kailangan gawin nun. I think, if Archi yung course na iti-take mo, parang iba siya compared to the other courses na entrance exam sa UST. So, I was like, sige na nga, tanggapin na natin tong fate na ito. It is what it is. Pumasa na ako sa communication arts. Pero wala akong idea what it is actually during that time. And then, hanggang sa, ayun na, pumasok na ako and ang degree ko noon was communication arts sa UST. Tapos, eventually, I fell in love with communication arts. I got to learn na it's media studies. It really revolves around communication in all of its forms. Tapos, during that time, since nagugustuhan ko na rin naman siya, nawala na rin sa isip ko na mag-shift pa kasi parang sayang yung panahon, sayang yung pera. Might as well continue na lang and finish what I've started. So, eventually, ang dami kong na-meet na mga tao, ang dami kong experiences, ang dami kong opportunities na na-take, and eventually din, nakagraduate ako. So, wala namang naging problema doon, pero lost ako after nun. Kasi, after kong makagraduate, I don't know during that time kung ano ba yung magiging path ko after. So, nagkaroon ng opportunity for me to volunteer inside our church. Tapos, media-related stuff yung gagawin. So, I was like, sige, let's see what will happen here. And, yun, gumagawa kami ng mga documentations, ng mga promotional materials for events na hinuhold ng church and in partnership with the local government. And it was short-lived kasi I remember medyo nagiging lost na rin yung mga taong nagli-lead sa akin nun. So I was like, it's not working for me anymore. And so I had this chance na mag-explore ng options kasi one of my friends invited me as a research panelist. And yun, tinanggap ko yung gig na yun. And during that research panelist gig, I met the principal of that community school. Tapos, chika-chika ganyan, hanggang sa tinanong lang niya ako, sa tingin mo ba kaya mo magturo ng social science classes? Or like English classes? And I was like, confidence lang ang puhunan. Sabi ko, opo, kaya ko naman. And so, na-hire ako, naging easy way out siya for me to leave that volunteer stint that I had. Tapos, ngayon, part-time teacher na ako dito sa school na to. I was teaching social science classes, English classes. And then, I've had a validation moment. Parang, one of my students, shout out sa first batch ng senior high school na tinuruan ko, one of my students approached me and then, sinabi niya sa akin na na-appreciate niya lahat ng natutunan niya sa akin during the period na nagturo ako that sem. Tapos, nashock ako nun. Kasi parang, hindi ko ina-expect yon. And this specific student of mine, medyo intimidated ako sa kanya kasi matalino yung bata. Tapos parang, may natutunan pala siya sa akin. So, I think this will work out for me. Until, end of school year, na-validate ulit ako kasi yung mismong academic coordinator na yung nag-propose na, sir, consider nyo na mag full-time teacher na dito sa school na to. So I was like, sure. Wala man akong ibang pinagkakaabalahan that time. So, nag-go na ako. And so, that started my journey as a full-fledged educator. So, during that time, wala naman akong education background. Kasi communication arts nga yung undergraduate degree ko. I was expected to take up yung professional teaching certification. So I have to get 18 units of education para makapag-board exam ako para legitimate yung pagtuturo ko. So I did. I applied for professional teaching certification from UP, yung Open University ng UP. And yun, 1 year ako nag-aral and then eventually nag-board exam, awa ng Diyos, pumasa naman ako. So, ako isang ganap na LPT. And then, from that point, na-validate ako ng na-validate kasi, yun, maraming students na bumabalik just to give their parang feedback na parang, sir, thank you po, ganyan. Tapos, part na rin is yung, ayun nga, you get to touch people's lives and then impart something to them na parang nagkaroon ako ng sense of purpose dun sa ginagawa kong yun. And that was my life nung mga time na yon. I was just thinking na siguro this is really for me since I received these validations. Baka ito talaga yung dapat kong gawin for the rest of my life. Or so I thought. Kasi eventually, yun nga, life happened. Nagkaroon ako ng matinding existential crisis and I was questioning all of my decisions. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, 'di ba? nung time na yon, nag-start akong magturo. Parang it was just an easy way out for me. Kasi lost ako nung mga panahong yon na hindi ko alam kung ano ba yung nagiging direksyon ng career ko after ko graduate from communication arts. So, nag-show up lang tong opportunity na to and I was ready to grab it. So, kino-question ko lahat ng mga naging decisions ko na yon and I was like, teka, parang hindi na ito yung gusto kong mangyari sa buhay ko kasi napagod talaga ako ng bonggang-bongga at some point. Like, intense. Hindi na siya A-able. So, nagkaroon ako ng questions about the decisions I've made and then, nasamaan pa siya ng mga personal problems ko hanggang sa ang person biglang nag-decide mag-resign. And then, sabi ko noon, parang ayoko na magturo. Ayoko munang magturo for the next few years. So I was like, sige, let's do something new. Let's try out other things. And then, nagkaroon ulit ng panibagong opportunity. One of my close friends back in high school was working for a bank. Binigay niya sa akin yung idea. So I was like, sige, let's try it out. And it's a customer service role in an international bank. I applied, awa ng Diyos, natanggap. Pero zero experience ako nun sa customer service and wala rin akong idea sa banking and financial industry. Pero I think edge ko naman is sobrang bilis ng pickup ko. I was able to learn a lot. Tapos, eventually, nag-grow ako doon sa path na tinake ko. And that's where I am at right now. And I'm really happy with the decision that I've made. Even if it's something new and really, really challenging to start from scratch, I was able to pull through. And ngayon, okay naman na yung rhythm ko. Okay naman na yung work na meron ako. Pero, parang there's always this lingering question na maybe you can still do something more. And so, here we are doing podcasts. So, that's where I am right now. That's the first story. Sige, hold muna natin yan. Let's go to the second story. Ito naman is about my mom. So, shout out to my mom. If mapanood mo to or mapakinggan mo tong podcast episode na to, love you. So, my mom is currently a teacher. Pero, before she got this role, ang dami niyang pinagdaanan sa life. When she was in college, her degree program is secondary education. So, in line with teaching. During that time, parang go with the flow. Kung ano yung course na tinake niya, yun, nakagraduate siya. Pero pagka-graduate niya, hindi siya nag-take ng board exam. Hindi niya din pinractice yung naging course niya. So, after nun, nag-start siyang mag-work sa corporate. And then, it was short-lived. Kasi parang, after ilang years lang, pinanganak na kami ng kapatid ko. And then, she decided to be a full-time housewife. And she really did a great job in raising us. I remember how hands-on my mom was. And sobrang kin-keeper kasi niya. Like, pagsisilbihan ka niya sa kakainin mo, making sure na malinis lahat ng susuotin mo, okay yung mga gamit mo. Ganun siya ka-hands-on na mom. So, love you talaga. Tapos hanggang sa dumating yung time na kaya na namin ng kuya kong mag-survive. Independent na kami. Tapos, third year high school na ako noon. I was 15 years old. Nag-decide siya na, what if magturo kaya ako? So, ngayon, yung tatay ko naman, very supportive. Binigyan siya ng funds to enroll for early childhood education. Kasi sabi niya parang mas gusto daw niya na magturo ng primary school. So, nag-enroll siya, nakatapos niya yung early childhood education. And then, after nun, nag-try siyang mag-board exam. Yung unang take niya, hindi siya nakapasa because of many reasons. Pero, syempre, it's a disappointment on her end. Parang, she felt bad na hindi siya nakapasa nung unang beses. And then, kahit ganun, nag-start na siyang magturo. So, nag-start siyang magturo sa private school. So, nag-gain siya ng experience doon. And then, eventually, years later, 2017, nag-take siya for the second time ng licensure exam. And this time, pumasa na siya. Then, after nun, eventually, nag-start na siyang magturo sa public school. And up until now, nagtuturo siya sa public school. Pero yung age niya nung pumasa na siya sa board exam was already 46. So kung sa standards ng society, parang medyo late na yung time na nakapasa siya ng board exam, tapos ngayon na nagpa-practice na siya sa public school, is medyo late na. Ganun natin siya makakategorize according to society standards. Pero, needless to say, she is now where she wants to be. Kasi pangarap naman niya talagang maging teacher, and ngayon, pinapractice na niya yon. So, that's the second story. Pero bakit ko ba sinishare itong mga stories na to in connection to our episode? Kasi lahat ng yun, hindi siya linear. From point A to point B, hindi naging smooth yung journey. Daming pinagdaanan, ang daming detours. And at the same time, hindi pa rin tapos yung mga journeys na ito. Pero these stories create a concrete image or pattern as to these points that we have, which is being the sum of all your experiences, and you are more than all of your experiences. You're listening to Jomalu, ang podcast ni Jom at Chika. If nakarelate ka or nagustuhan mo yung pinag-uusapan today, then subscribe to this podcast. And for more updates, follow me on all my social media platforms at Jom at Chika on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Now back to the episode. Kasi dun sa sum part, being the totality of all your experiences, it shows your character doon sa kabuuan ng mga bagay na maganda, mga bagay na hindi maganda, yung mga bagay na so-so lang na na-experience mo, yung mga achievements mo, yung mga wrong decisions na ginawa mo. So, kumbaga, in geography, yung mga plains, yung mga hills, mga valleys, kahit yung mga plateaus, lahat yun builds up your character. It shows who you are. And you need to accept that. You need to recognize that that is part of you. And it's not wrong. It's totally okay to have these good things, these bad things, these neutral, mundane things. Yung mga chaotic na pangyayari sa buhay mo. It builds who you are. And the moment that you own all parts of you, that's when you get to live. Live to the full. Kasi hindi ka lang stuck dun sa highlights, dun sa mga reels. Meron ka ding recognition na okay lang na pagdaanan tong mga bagay na to. Hindi siya permanent. It's all passing. Nagbabago-bago lagi ang panahon. So, okay lang na pagdaanan mo siya. Sabi nga ni Angelina Jolie, when you're facing problems, you go through it. So, parang ganun din, yung pag-recognize mo ng totality ng buhay mo, hindi lang yung mga magagandang araw, pati rin yung mga bagay na hindi maganda, yung mga masamang days, yung mga disappointing days, lahat yun, you accept all of it. So that's the sum part. Now, dun sa more part, yung you are more than your experiences. Kasi minsan, nalilimitahan tayo nung idea natin na dahil ito yung na-experience mo, yun lang yun. Na parang wala nang chance for new things to happen in your life. Doon papasok tong second point na you are more than your experiences. Kasi nga, those stereotypes and standards, not entirely bad though, they are helpful for navigating this life para malaman mo where you stand, saan ka nag-fit. Pero hindi lang yun yung kabuuan ng buhay. Marami ka pang pwedeng gawin, which goes back dun sa unang story, dun sa experience ko about how things have changed dramatically from ano yung desire ko when I was preparing for entrance tests, tapos yung naging course ko nung graduate ako, and yung trabaho ko ngayon, sobrang layo. But that does not close the doors of opportunities. Pwedeng in the future, di ba, magkaroon pa rin ako ng chance to take up yung architecture. Who knows? Kumbaga, it gives you a hope na nothing is ever too late. In a sense, walang timeline. And I understand na ang privilege niya pakinggan. Paano naman yung mga taong eto lang talaga yung way niya. I cannot speak for them, pero one thing I know is that the world is big enough for the opportunities that it can present, and that it's very generous. You just have to take that step. Hindi ko alam kung anong magiging itsura niya for each and every one of us. But that holds true pa rin. Kasi the world is too big for all of us. Opportunities are endless. And according to the wise words of K.D. Heron, no, kung gets niyo yung reference, the limit does not exist. Minsan tayo na lang din yung naglalagay nun sa sarili natin kasi gusto nating magsettle doon. Kasi nga, meron talagang risk. Pero hindi mo kasi malalaman yung extent ng kaya mong ma-reach kung hindi mo iti-take yung risk. And naniniwala din ako na in this lifetime, you can be many things. Katulad din dun sa naging journey ko. I started out, gusto kong maging architect student. Hindi yun yung naging turn of events kasi nga the conditions are against me, dare I say. Pero it doesn't mean that it ends there kasi eventually nagbago pa rin yung mga bagay-bagay once I graduated, tapos yun nga, nakapagturo ako. Tapos ngayon, nasa banking industry ako. So, ang daming possibilities. Tapos ngayon, nagpa-podcast ako. Who would have thought? Take note din, when I was younger, I was really insecure about my voice. Kasi very, feminine yung tone. Tapos madalas ako ng pagkakamalan na ma'am, lalo na sa mga phone call. So parang, nakadagdag siya sa lack of self-confidence. Yun. Pero ngayon, nagpa-podcast na tayo. Tapos, shameless plug din. Meron akong parang radio commercial with MX3 na hanggang ngayon, piniplay pa rin sa radio. So, baka sakali lang na marinig nyo yun. Pero, alam mo yun, parang hindi ko sukat akalain na pwedeng mangyari yun. And, even until now, kahit 30 years old na ako, magta 30 years old na ako, feel like ako lang yung magsiset ng limit sa sarili ko na kung hanggang saan lang ako pwedeng makarating. Kung sa tingin ko, I can still do more, then I can really do more. And ayun, ngayon, ang action plan ko for all of these things is pwedeng during this time, hindi pa nagme-make sense ang mga bagay-bagay. Pero eventually, once it unfolds and mas nakita mo or nag-make sense sa'yo, ano ba talaga yung core ng pagkatao mo? What's the fabric of your being? And if sa tingin mo, walang space available for you to thrive, then create the space that you are willing to occupy. Huwag mong ilimit yung sarili mo kung ano lang yung available. Pwede kang gumawa ng paraan, carve your way, para magawa mo yung mga bagay na passionate ka, na sa tingin mo, it gives purpose to you, and at the same time, nag-e-enjoy ka, nag-overflow yung fulfillment sa ginagawa mo, and nakakapekto ka sa ibang tao, nakakadagdag ka ng value sa buhay ng iba. So, mabuhay din tayo sa mantra ng we don't chase, we attract. 'Di ba? You create your own space, be more than willing to occupy that space, and then allow your surroundings, the universe, to give you what you want, and to be able to do that with full volition, and yung hindi ka gigising na lang isang araw na you're full of regrets. Ganun. All in the pursuit of living life to the full. So ayun. Ayun yung episode natin for today. We're really here to break barriers, break boundaries. Kasi nga, I think that's the most beautiful thing about being human. Maraming bagay na pwede kang ma-experience in your lifetime. You can evolve into many things in this lifetime. So yun, gusto ko lang siyang i-share for this episode kasi I think we have been saturated. Masyado na tayong nalulunod sa standards ng iba. Tapos hindi na tayo nag-show up para sa sarili natin. I think ito na rin yung sign for you to show up for yourself. Find out who you really are. What makes you, you. 'Di ba? What's your core? What's the very fabric of your being? And then, eventually, let it overflow. Kasi, wala. The world needs additional value. And that's you. In the flesh. So, yun lang. Yun lang naman yung topic natin for today. And sana may napulot kayo. Sana may natutunan kayo sa mga bagay na pinag-share ko. And ayun, kung nakarelate ka, comment kayo sa podcast na to. Tapos, share nyo na rin. Tapos, kung gusto nyo pang makaalam ng mga updates about this podcast, again, shameless plug, follow me on all my social media platforms at Jomechika. And then, yun, message din kayo kung nakarelate kayo or may mga gusto kayong sabihin, di ba? Tapos, malay nyo, i-shoutout natin yan sa mga susunod na episodes. But, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. And this has been Jomechika. Until the next episode. Bye!